this swamp where you better not go at night. There's things out there in the middle of the woods that make a strong man die for right. Things that crawl, things that fly, things that creep around on the ground. And the sailor ghost of Lucius Clay gets up and he walks around, but I couldn't believe it, 'cause I just had to find out for myself and I couldn't conceive it. I never would have listened to nobody else and I couldn't believe it. Well, I just had to find out for myself. Now there's some things in this world you just can't find. Old man lived in the wooded swamp way back in Booger Woods. He never did do a lot of harm in the world. He just never did do no good. People didn't think too much of him. They all thought he acted funny. That old man didn't care about people anyway. All he cared about was his money. He stuffed it all down into mason jars and buried it all around. On certain nights, if the moon was right, he'd dig it up out the ground. And then he'd pour it all out on the floor of his shack and he'd run his fingers through it. Yeah, Lucius Clay was a greedy old man. That's all that there was to it. But I couldn't believe it, 'cause I just had to find out for myself and I couldn't conceive it. 'Cause I never would have listened to nobody else and I couldn't believe it. 'Cause I just had to find out for myself. Now there's some things in this world you just can't explain. Eagle boys is white trash, lived over on Carver's Creek. And they were mean as a snake, sneaky as a cat, but literally wouldn't speak. One night the oldest brother said, "Y'all meet me in the wooded swamp later, and we'll take old Lucius's money and we'll just feed it to the alligators." Found the old man out in the back with a shovel in his hand. 13 rusty mason jars he just dug up out of the sand. And then they all went crazy to beat the old man and they picked him up off the ground. And then they threw him in the swamp and stood there and laughed as the black water sucked him down. Then they turned around and went back to the shack, picked up the money and ran. They hadn't gone nowhere when they realized that they were running in quicksand. And they struggled and they screamed but they couldn't get away just before they went under. They could hear that old man laughing in a voice as loud as thunder. That's been 50 years ago, and you go by there yet. And there's a spot in the yard in the back of that shack where the ground is always wet. And on certain nights, if the moon's right, down by that dark wood path, you can hear 3 young men screaming. You can hear one old man laugh. Yeah, we'll go back in the woody swamp, hey, better not go at night. There's things out there in the middle of the woods that make a strong man die for right. Things that crawl and things that fly, things that creep around on the ground. And the sailor ghost of Lucius Clay gets up and he walks around, but I couldn't believe it, 'cause I just had to find out for myself and I couldn't conceive it. 'Cause I never would have listened to nobody else and I couldn't believe it. Well, I just had to find out for myself. I just some things in this world you just can't explain. Yeah.